carnitas, fajitas, and homemade flan. Come discover Pancho's Villa for the best Mexican in Anchorage. We offer carry-out orders, and we have the finest selection of tequila in the state. Private parties are welcome. Pancho's Villa, located in the trendy Spenard district.
The packaging store, moving center.
You got things over here that need to be over there. Now how do you do that? Pretend to love and care.
Well, we pack it, wrap it, put it on a pallet.
So you don't have to worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it. The packaging store, moving center.
We make shipping more valuable.
The packaging store, moving center.
Hi, this is Ted Sadler, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Humane Society today.
Your local animal shelter is always in need of help. You can donate money and supplies or volunteer your time. A few hours goes a long way.
Help the homeless animals in your neighborhood. Contact your local animal shelter today.
I'm gearing up for the trip of a lifetime, and I'd like you to come along with me.
It's the Galapagos Great Escape Sweepstakes. Watch Jeopardy this week to see how you can win this amazing adventure.
You never know.
Weekdays at 6 on ABC Alaska.
Today marks day 2 as the defense pled its case in the 2015 Sockeye fire. Good evening and welcome to ABC News at 10. I'm Maria Athens. A private investigator for the Division of Forestry's investigation took the stand today. Today was a short day in the Palmer Court. Court will start back up again on Monday at 9 a.m., where the defense will call on more wildlife experts to take the stand. Alaska State Troopers responded to a deadly crash involving a four-wheeler this morning, where 2 men went down an embankment. Troopers say they received the report around 5:30 a.m. of a death 3 miles north of Unalakleet. 24-year-old Kevin Bradley was found dead at the scene of the crash. Bradley was riding on the back of the four-wheeler. Troopers say the driver, 24-year-old Ransom Bradley III, was not at the scene when troopers arrived. He was located a short time later and taken to a clinic to be checked out. Alcohol is believed to have been a factor in the crash. Neither men were wearing helmets. This is an ongoing investigation.
And now, your weather authority, Christina Loeb.
Well, a very good evening to all of you tuning in with us tonight. Sunny and warm conditions ahead here in the South Central as that low pressure system in the Gulf weakens and high pressure will move in, giving us some nice sunshine to begin our weekend here in Anchorage. But as we take a look at that satellite radar map into the South Central tonight, once again, some of those showers into the Gulf will have since diminished. But here into Anchorage, we are just staying partly cloudy overnight. Also seeing some partly cloudy skies into the southeast, but into the interior for Fairbanks, some isolated showers for your evening. Current temperatures right now into the high 40s, as well as Fairbanks at 47 degrees. And we're seeing those upper 30s for Bethel and low 30s into Nome, just below freezing. You're at 31 degrees. Over on the north slope, still into those 20s for Utqiagvik and Dead Horse, and into the southeast, we're seeing those low 40s to high 40s, 47 degrees for Ketchikan. Yakutat at 37 right now, Eagle 49. As we take a look at our overnight lows, well, Juneau dropping down to just above freezing at 33 degrees. 30 for Yakutat and Cordova. Here in Anchorage, we'll be into those high 30s, and Fairbanks as well. Fairbanks, you're at 36 degrees overnight, 31 in Bettles, and hanging into those 20s for Dead Horse, but teens for Utqiagvik tonight, 20s into those West Coast locations. Bethel at 26, matching Nome at 26 for overnight lows. Now, if you stick with us, I'll have more of that weather forecast for you later on in the newscast.
Coming up next after the break, we speak to our special correspondent, James Brooks of the Juneau Empire. Please stick with us.
So you're Alaskan tough, and you want tools that are as tough as you are. Build your own cabins, you catch your own food, and your kids play football in the snow. So you want some tools that are tougher than an origami school project, but you don't want to have to compete the amazing race to get everything you need. Whether you're juggling a dozen ambitious weekend projects, or you just need that last half-inch 13x1 hex bolt for that construction job in Bush, Alaska. So come on down to AIH and get Alaska Tough hardware for your Alaska Tough home.
We are Arctic Fox Taxidermy. You have prepared for the hunt. You have stalked him. Now that you have your bear, prepare for your mount. The award-winning staff at Arctic Fox Taxidermy is here to serve you and has 50 years combined experience to meet all of your taxidermy needs, specializing in Alaska big game, shoulder mounts, life-size rugs, African safaris, and waterfowl. Arctic Fox Taxidermy, located in the valley off the Parks Highway. Get out, get your bear, and give us a call.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment is the #1 selling brand in America, and Steel Lightning battery systems deliver the power to do more on a single charge. Right now, you can pick fuel or battery at a great price, with trimmers starting at just $129.95. Or choose one of our popular, easy-to-use blowers, starting at just $139.95. Pick your power, and then pick up a Steel. Visit SteelDealers.com.
Hello, welcome to Alex Hotel and Suites.
Thank you. We're just looking to book an igloo.
We have 100% non-smoking king suites, double queens, and kitchenettes. We offer a complimentary breakfast, and if you happen to catch Alaskan wild salmon, we have the freezers for you to store it in.
Where do you keep the dog sleds? We are going to have to get back to the airport.
Our hotel provides a shuttle service to and from the airport.
Great!
Be our guest at Alex Hotel and Suites, near the airport and close to downtown Anchorage.
The Morris Alaska Report.
Tonight, we are now joined by our special correspondent, James Brooks of the Juneau Empire, to give us the very latest from the Capitol. Welcome in, James.
Hi, Maria. Thanks for having me tonight.
Of course, every night. So let's get right to the legislative scandals. Representative David Wilson and reporter Nat Hertz got into it yesterday.
Yes, on Tuesday, and Nat Hertz is the state reporter for the Anchorage Daily News, now the Alaska Dispatch News, and he had been going up to talk to Senator David Wilson, Republican of Wasilla, in the Capitol stairway, and asked him what he thought of a story that Hertz had written a few days before. That story had been about Wilson's support for cuts to social service organizations, except for an organization that Wilson had worked for before joining the legislature. And Hertz asked him if the story was accurate, if it was fair, and according to a recording that he had in his pocket, Wilson slapped him in response to those questions. And so that's really the question is, like, what would happen to you if you were to slap a legislator? And so now it's on the other way around, and so if a legislator slaps you, how are you supposed to react to that? And that's kind of the question right now. Is Hertz filled out a report, and according to the story in the Dispatch, spoke to Juneau Police about it and just said, hey, this is what happened, it's in your guys' hands from here. And where do you go from here? If you have to work with someone every day and this happens in your workplace, I mean, what happens next? And I think that's the question a lot of people are asking.
So State Representative David Eastman said some Alaskans are glad to become pregnant so they can have a Medicaid-funded trip to Anchorage or Seattle to conduct an abortion. Am I missing something? Help me out over here.
Sure, it's a very odd statement that Eastman gave to reporters the other day. Eastman is a Wasilla Republican, freshman in the legislature, and he is very strong in his stance against abortion. And he made this statement shortly after supporting calling basically abortion child abuse in a resolution that the House is considering. He proposed an amendment that was taken up in the House Rules Committee. And his statement came in that context. And so it's taken a lot of people off guard, and really he's out on a limb on this. We talked to his fellow Republicans in the House, and they said it's not a statement they support. We asked them that this morning in their weekly press conference, and there's been a lot of pushback on it simply because it's extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence to be taken seriously, and we haven't seen any evidence that Eastman has provided us, and we've asked him for that, because if that was the case, if that was indeed happening, it would be incredibly shocking and remarkable in that sense, but we haven't seen any evidence of that yet, and so we're left with a statement that we're puzzling through as much as you are.
Thank you so much, James. Can't wait till tomorrow's update and what it brings. Today, May 4th, marks World Password Day, and it was created to raise awareness about safeguarding your passwords against identity theft. We spoke to BBB Alaska's Regional Manager, Michelle Tabler, about ways to stay safe.
So today, May 4th, is World Password Day, and we just want to make sure that people are aware how important it is to have good, strong, unique passwords for all their sites. You also need a different password for everywhere you go, which can be a hassle and a half, but it's really important because if an identity thief gets one of your passwords and you've used it on other sites, then it's like having a key that opens up your bank and your car and your house and everything you have. You want to take that away and have it unique for everywhere that you are online.
World Password Day was created to warn the globe and to raise awareness about safeguarding your passwords against identity theft.
You want to make sure it has a minimum of 8 characters, and I mean characters, no words in the dictionary. You want to make sure that you use letters, symbols, and use phrases, or use the beginning of phrases, but put symbols inside that phrase, so it's not just letters in there. And you want to make sure that it's different for each site and that you want to change it about 4 times a year. We say change it as the seasons change. Here we might only have the 2 seasons, but we want to see it changed 4 times.
10,000 of the most common passwords allow access to 98% of all accounts, according to Business Insider.
Of course, the 2 most common passwords are still password and 12345. Also, when you're asked to give security questions, don't give the real answer. Nobody really cares. Make up an answer. Make up a word and use that for security. Don't give your mom's real maiden name. Just make up a word. Don't give the city and state where you were born. Make up something. So it's not your real information, because so much of our information is out there that in a lot of cases these identity thieves can figure out some of the answers to some of these security questions.
As more boaters take to the waters across Alaska, there are many things to consider when it comes to boat safety. Crime and safety reporter Marlise Irby has more.
Well, that's right, Maria. We've all heard that people on a boat should wear their life vest, but whether they have one on or not, if they fall overboard, we found out how to get someone out of the water safely.
It's real important because you got to have a way to get a line to somebody, and this comes with it's throwable, it's all self-contained.
We've seen them near pools and on boats. Lifesaver rings help save lives. But while out in Whittier this weekend, I came across a lifesaver that I had never heard of before, and it's called a life sling.
This is the life sling. It's for overboard rescue. It all comes packaged in here. You pull this up.
We talked with Dave Walker, captain of the Apache II, who says the life sling doesn't cost a lot of money, just over $100 for a soft case and close to $300 for a rigid case, but is very effective and a great tool to have on any boat.
This water is 35 degrees. Hypothermia sets in quick, as well as the initial shock of going into the water. So you got to have some way to get a line to somebody to get them back on board.
Once you see that the person is in the water, run and grab the life sling. Open the casing and throw it into the water. At that point, the boat will circle around the person that is in the water so that the person can grab onto the rope and then put the life sling around their body.
You just reach in, grab it, pull it out. The rope is hooked onto the bottom. You throw it, and it's simple because it's a sling, just a U-shaped thing. You just slip it right around yourself.
Here's how it works.
This is telling you how to make a turn to get back to it. It's also called a Williamson turn.
If and when a passenger on your boat goes overboard, you must act quickly.
So if somebody does go in the water, you can get it to them.
At this point, you can start to slowly ring the person in, either by hand or by a device on your boat.
And you should always have a way rig to get somebody out of the water, because when they're in the water, they're very heavy, especially with all their clothes on. And if they're not responsive, they're extremely heavy.
Once the person is close enough to the boat, you can hoist them back onto the boat and back to safety.
It could save your life. That's what you need it for. Because if somebody goes in the water, you got to get back to them. You don't have long in the water before you're gone.
In Whittier, I'm Marlise Irby for your Alaska Link.
Coming up next, your weather authority, Christina Loeb, has an updated forecast just on the other side of the break.
Brought to you by the Packaging Store Moving Center, your packing and moving solution. Change is sweeping Alaska, a change in outlook, a change in perspective. Our mission is to empower viewers with a half hour of news that is exclusively Alaska. ABC Alaska News at 10, all Alaska, all the time.
Looking to improve your style? Then you've got to see stylist Amy Benton at Bloom, a hair boutique on Diamond. Whether you're a man or woman, have short or long hair, from simple cuts to adding a few highlights, or maybe coloring for an entirely new look, your hair will be in good hands.
Hi, I'm Amy Benton. I love seeing my clients smile as they look at their new hairstyle. Call today 677-7570 to make an appointment. I would love to see you smile too.
At Kaleidoscape Play Studio, imagination never takes a day off. We are Alaska's only edutainment center offering fun for the whole family. Unlimited open play, 7 days a week. We also offer art classes for kids and adults. And Kaleidoscape is the perfect birthday party venue. It's always a great day at K-Play. Kaleidoscape Play Studio in the University Center. Visit us online at kplaystudio.com.
At Men's Warehouse, count on our expert stylists to help you find the season's freshest new looks. Buy one, get one free and keep your wardrobe on trend. Then take 30% off all shoes and step out in style. Men's Warehouse.
And now, your weather authority, Christina Loeb.
Welcome back to ABC News at 10. A quick look at our high temperatures today for Anchorage, Juneau, and Fairbanks. Well, here in Anchorage, we topped out at 52 degrees. Juneau reaching into those mid-50s, while Fairbanks into those high 50s today, so nearly 60 for you, hitting 58 degrees. As we take a look at our high temperatures elsewhere across the state today, well, over on the North Slope, we saw 20s for Utqiagvik and Dead Horse, and 30s for some of those West Coast locations, 31 for Kotzebue, Nome just around freezing, and into those high 30s as we look down in Bethel, and even warmer down into the south central, 45 in Kodiak, 50s for Cordova, and we're seeing those 50s stretching into the southeast as well, 53 for Ketchikan, but Eagle nearly 60 today as well, 59 degrees would be the hot spot on the map. Cold Bay and Adak topping out at 46 degrees. Current conditions in Anchorage right now, we're seeing some partly cloudy skies. We're expecting to see just that as we begin to see a clearing into the morning tomorrow. But right now, those gusty 16-mile-per-hour southeasterly winds, and we're still hanging into those high 40s right now. Also seeing those high 40s for Fairbanks, 3-mile-per-hour southeasterly winds, and you are mostly cloudy. And Fairbanks could see a chance of isolated showers for the remainder of your evening. Right now in Juneau, though, you're partly cloudy, and that's where you're expected to stay. Calm winds, and you are into those low 40s at 44 degrees. Another look at that satellite radar map. Well, that low pressure system into the Gulf has weakened. So those rains here into the south central have since been diminishing. We are seeing a front moving through the Aleutians, but once again here into the south central, with that low pressure system weakening, we'll begin to see high pressure move in, and that's what's going to create some sunshine into our weekend here. So we'll see clear skies for our Friday, and then mostly clear as we head into Saturday. So it's a nice start to our weekend here in Anchorage. Mostly cloudy skies though for Sunday as that cloud coverage returns, but daytime highs into the low 50s for the next few days, with low temperatures ranging anywhere from those mid-30s into those low 40s for us. Well, the next few days in Fairbanks, you'll see that sunshine as well, but first getting that rain. So a chance of those showers for your Friday, but things clearing up heading into Saturday and Sunday for clear to mostly clear skies. Your daytime highs even reaching into the 60s as you look into Saturday and Sunday into those low 60s, about 63 for Sunday, with low temperatures anywhere from those low 20s into those high 30s. Well, Juneau also getting some sunshine into the first half of your weekend. Your Friday and Saturday, you're mostly clear, but clouds are turning for Sunday, some partly cloudy skies. Daytime highs into those low 50s with low temperatures ranging anywhere from those high 30s into those low 40s. Well, please stick with us. I'll have that extended forecast for you right on the other side of the break.
Tonight's marine forecast is brought to you by Dewey's Cook Inlet Marine. Summer's on the way in Alaska, and it's time to get ready. But before heading out on your boat, you must know the weather conditions. Watch the Marine Forecast. Learn what to expect from South Central's seas and skies. Weeknights from your weather authority. ABC Alaska News at 10. All Alaska, all the time. The Marine Forecast on KTVY is brought to you by Dewey's Cook Inlet, Alaska's largest marine dealer featuring the top-selling boats in the state. Dewey's, your one-stop marine store on 76th and King Street.
All right, well, welcome back. A dry weekend, but we are expecting some showers to return on Monday, and we'll see that chance throughout midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday also. A chance of those showers, things expecting to clear up, though, next Thursday. Daytime highs into the low 50s for the most part of the next week, but expecting those high 50s for next Thursday with our low temperatures anywhere from those mid-30s into those low 40s for next week here into Anchorage. As we look into Fairbanks, you're also seeing sunny skies for your weekend, but then the chance of rains returning for you Monday as well and sticking throughout Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, clouds remain for mostly cloudy skies, but you are expecting to stay dry for next Thursday. Daytime highs could even reach the 60s for some parts of the next week into your weekend, Saturday and Sunday. With that sunshine, you are into the low 60s and seeing those low 60s again as we look into Tuesday with low temperatures ranging anywhere from those low 20s into those low 40s. Well, Juneau seeing a dry weekend ahead of you as well. Some sunny skies expected for your next couple of days, but your next round of showers expected to return Monday and Tuesday. Things drying up, but cloud coverage sticking around midweek for Wednesday and Thursday for anywhere from partly to mostly cloudy skies for you. Daytime highs into those low 50s throughout with your low temperatures ranging anywhere from those high 30s into those low 40s. Back to you.
Burgers, bats, and ball fields, it's that time of year, and we know Casey Hintz is in heaven. For more on that, we head up to the sports desk where Casey has more. And Casey, all I want to know is, did you bring us any dogs? Hot dogs, that is?
I know you can't get the dogs out of your mind, Maria, but hot dog-wise, gosh darn it, if I would have known, I would have definitely brought some back. But there's plenty of time for that. High school baseball and softball is in full swing. It's blue and gold tournament time for the ladies, while Adam Mulcahy, well, the bats were cracking. We've got plenty of highlights for you, and we will get you out to both of the diamonds when we come back.
Your Health Link is brought to you by the Alaska Vein Clinic.
The greatest joy of being a parent is watching your child learn and grow. When they achieve each developmental milestone, it's thrilling. But what if your child isn't meeting those milestones? Then reach out to us, All for Kids Pediatric Therapy Clinic. We specialize in working with kids from birth to 18 who need speech therapy, physical therapy, or occupational therapy. Let our team of professionals support your child in achieving their maximum potential through fun and meaningful therapy. Call All for Kids, because every milestone for every child matters.
Dave Smith's Grand Slam sales event is on now. Our bases are loaded with over 1,000 new Chevys, GMCs, and Buicks. Dave Smith is ready to make you a home run deal during our annual Grand Slam sales event. Shop Dave Smith and find out why we have been the Northwest's largest GM dealer since 1994. Experience hassle-free buying, save big, and enter to win a new 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
Hi, this is Ted Sadler. Have you got an RV and you want to save some of this? I suggest you come to my store and you take a look at the very best mattress made. I have better prices, and it's a fact. Please go to those people, shop what they have. You'll be back at my store for the very best mattresses made.
Without counting sheep and have another night of bliss. Sleep in style with a big old smile, and you know you save some bucks. Save more bucks at the Mattress Ranch.
Alaska Spring and Performance, your premier source for everything that has to do with accessories to customize your car, truck, or SUV. We offer an array of quality products including bumpers, grills, lights, fender flares, steps, lift kits, and everything in between. Located in Midtown. Stop in today or visit our website. Alaska Spring and Performance. More than repairs, we solve problems. And now, your Sports Link with Casey Hintz.
Well, nothing better than the sun out and a doubleheader over at Mulcahy Stadium. First game on the docket, South Wolverines and the East High Thunderbirds. Now, this is the second meeting between these two. In the first non-conference matchup, well, the dark side pounding the T-Birds 17-4. I mean, after all, the Wolverines are the defending state champs, and these boys are coming for more. Now, top of the first, South wasting no time to get the bats cracking. Johnny Holmza has Parker Johnson on third. A little chopper heads to third. East gets the out at 1, but Parker comes in to score. South up 1-0. Now Johnson 2 runs and an RBI tonight. Later, still in the first, runners on second and third. Lion Lincoln mashes one deep. He'd push it for the triple. Balua Buckmaster, the cutoff and the strike to get Lincoln at third, but both runners come around to score. South goes up 3-0, and we would have a pitching change. In comes Matthew Jarvis. Jarvis striking out with the Wolverines as well, though. Sladen Mole belts one right over Ricky Gatter, deep into center. That would plate a couple more, and that would make this one a 6-0 game in the second. But here comes Jarvis giving us an AKSN Sunday six-pack snag nominee, flashing the leather there on that drive. Holmza on the mound tonight would give up, in 4 innings, would give up 4 hits and 1 earned run. Austin Weller having an afternoon, though, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, as South cruises to the 13-2 victory. In the late game at Mulcahy, it was Chugiak and Eagle River hitting the diamond. This one was tied up 4-4 in the bottom of the 5th, but a huge 6-run 6th inning would help lift the Mustangs over the Wolves. 10-5 the final. Chugiak's Christian Cambridge, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 3 RBIs. Well, over to the girls' diamond at Albrecht Fields. It was the annual Blue and Gold tournament kicking off this afternoon with the pool play, which will continue on Friday before the championship bracket gets underway on Saturday. Well, 8 teams from around the state taking part in this. And in the first matchup of the day, well, we would see a repeat of last year's state title matchup. East versus South. Now, South undefeated this year, outscoring their opponents, get this, 121-19. That's not too bad. But this was the South and East, and that is a rivalry from last season. And of course, like I said, that state title rematch, and certainly East wasn't going down without a fight. Danny Desjardins stepping to the plate. She sends this one right back up the middle. Now Nicolette Dabbs, she'll see a lot of action in the field this afternoon. She gets it in, but that sets up the big bat of Ashton Jesse. Now we know that's something we don't want to see. She drives this one out to left field. Pinch runner Maddie Moser beating the throw at home. She gets down for good measures, and South would take the early 1-0 lead. Well, the Wolverines up 4-0 now. East at the plate. I said Dabbs would see some action in the field, but she would dish some out too. The senior recently signing to Marshalltown Community College in Iowa. She goes yard for the 2-run homer. That would cut East's deficit in half, 4-2 now. Later, Emma Clevin says, anything you can do? Well, I can do better. With 2 on base, Clevin nails this one deep over the fence, sending around 3 runs. Clevin making this one a 7-2 game. Now, despite the 2-run homer, the story tonight for me was Danny Desjardins on the mound, striking out 11 East batters. What a great night for her. And South goes on to win this one 7-2. Now, pool play continues Friday in the blue pool. East taking on Lathrop, and the Malamutes will have a doubleheader as they'll get Kodiak following that game, while the Bears will have themselves a doubleheader as well. They take on South in the 5:45 game. Over on 8-3, now Chugiak and West Valley squaring off, followed by Eagle River and Colony. The Knights will finish up with their doubleheader matching up against West Valley. Now in the gold pool, starting things off Friday for Group A is Service and North Pole, followed by a Bartlett and Wasilla matchup, and capping off the game on A2 will be Wasilla and North Pole. Now over to Pool B, Diamond and Homer getting the early game, while the ladies of AK Crush will face off against Palmer, and rounding out the gold group will be Homer and Palmer. The championship bracket gets underway on Saturday afternoon, and of course you can catch the full slate of highlights on AKSN on our sister station on KTBY Fox 4 on Sunday. Well, for the UAA hockey team, the year ended, of course, in a little bit of a disappointment after failing to make the WCHA playoffs. But like any team, just as quick as that book closed, well, the day where you got to open another chapter, well, it's highly anticipated. And that starts with the 2017-18 schedule, which, of course, was released today. The schedule features a high-quality matchup right off the drop of the puck, with a visit from hockey powerhouse North Dakota and a pair of non-conference games. Now, the Seawolves non-conference schedule continues with a visit to Colorado College. Now, a new look this year for the annual Governor's Cup, the format changing to a 6-game series, 3 games home and 3 away. 4 contests contributing to the WCHA standings, while 2 will be counted as non-conference games. UAA will kick off conference play in a pair of road games at Lake Superior State. Well, let's take a look at some of the other key matchups on the schedule. As you can see, that heavily anticipated matchup against North Dakota will take place at the Sullivan Arena October 6th and 7th. Now, the Seawolves won't see their first regular season home action until November 17th when they welcome in Michigan Tech for a pair. Now, December 8th and 9th will be the first of the 4 conference matchups for UAA and the UAF Nanooks. The Seawolves will finish their home campaign on February 15th and 16th with a pair of games when they welcome in Bowling Green. And as usual, the Seawolves close out the regular season with the final 2 games of the Governor's Cup up in Fairbanks on February 23rd and 24th. Well, that is doing it for sports this evening. Please stay with us. Your Hometown Heroes coming up next.
Family. Another life begins, and the future is wide open. Medical Park Family Care is with you each step of every generation. We're proud to have been growing with Anchorage as your family medical clinic for over 40 years. Our goal continues to be make a positive difference in every patient's life. Medical Park Family Care. First in family care.
She's the love that's been there from the very start. She's the glue that holds your world together. She's the one who makes your house a home.
Happy first Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day! Fred Meyer celebrates moms everywhere with savings on everything to show her how much she means to you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Superman Moving and Delivery.
Superman Moving and Delivery, your locally owned statewide moving company. Billing by the hour and not the pound. 2 men in a covered box truck, rates start at $80 per hour. Free on-site estimates, we do that. Need your home or office packed and moved? We do that. Short-term storage, we do that. Moving after hours or weekends, we do that. Available to move 7 days per week. Superman Moving and Delivery, specializing in large households and commercial moves.
Superman Moving and Delivery.
Sooner or later, it happens. You need a new ride. Where's the best selection? The best deals. Your hometown dealer, of course.
Anchorage Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams Drive and Discover event is on. Drive new Patriot for just $13,765. Cherokee for only $22,299. Renegade just $16,491. And Ram Quad Cabs only $27,799. Your one and only hometown driving destination. See us on East 5th.
Your hometown dealer since 1963. What's in your garage?
Hometown Heroes, brought to you by Anchorage Chrysler Dodge Center.
We would like to introduce you to Airman First Class Amber Herning, a healthcare management technician at J-Bear. Your Alaska Link salutes you, Airman First Class Amber Herning, for your service to our great nation. That's all the time we have this evening. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast.